The digestive system. Before going into the digestive system, it is necessary to know what digestion is. Digestion is the breakdown of naturally occurring foodstuffs into digestible forms. Now, moving on to the digestive system. It mainly consists of the digestive tract as well as the digestive glands, which includes the liver, pancreas, salivary glands, and the gastric glands. These glands together form the digestive glands, and the digestive glands along with the alimentary canal forms the digestive system. And digestion begins from the buccal cavity. It is the cavity where the salivary glands are being located. As the digestion starts from the buccal cavity, you should be familiar with the dentation present in the mouth. Now, moving on towards the salivary glands, there are basically the three main glands present in the buccal cavity: the parotid gland, the submandibular gland, and the sublingual gland, which are helpful in the digestion of starch. Now, the esophagus. The esophagus is a tube present which simply conducts the food from throat to the stomach. It passes through the diaphragm, closest to the backbone, and does not produce any digestive enzyme. Now, food moves into the stomach through the esophagus. Stomach is a J-shaped structure which secretes gastric juices by the inner lining of the stomach. Stomach has two enzymes present, that is the pepsinogen and prorenin, which are present in their active form. Surprisingly, stomach releases HCl, which is an acid, and creates an acidic medium to make these enzymes active. Here are the reactions taking place in the stomach. Pepsinogen in the presence of HCl is converted into the active form called pepsin. The same way, prorenin, which is present in their inactive form, are converted into renin into an active form for the digestion of casein, which is a milk protein, into paracasein, which is a peptide in soluble form. These kind of enzymes are present in infants. Now, what causes acidity? Due to the excess release of acid in your stomach may cause acidity. It is the excessive production of acid when you have too much of spicy food or stress, which may cause acidity, and you might have to take some base to neutralize this reaction. So, it is caused due to excessive release of HCl. Now, moving on to the small intestine. Small intestine is a highly coiled tube about 7 meters long and 2.5 centimeter wide. It is coiled, folded in the abdomen. It has three regions which are as follows. The duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum forms the main parts of the small intestine. Duodenum is the part next to the stomach, and jejunum, which is a short region of about 2 meters. The ileum, which is the longest part of about 4 meters. Now, moving on towards the next part, that is the secretions of gallbladder, pancreas are done in small intestine. Since these are the digestive glands which are indirectly involved in digestion, they release their secretion directly into the small intestine through a common duct called the hepatopancreatic duct, which takes its secretion into the small intestine, where the bile juice as well as the pancreatic juices and the intestinal juices act and breakdown of all the food items takes place. Bile juice, which is produced by the liver, is secreted into the small intestine. The pancreatic juices, that is the amylopsin, trypsin, and strypsin, Next comes the intestinal juices, which also helps in the final digestion. Now, these are the following reaction taking place in the small intestine. Bile reaction, which are helpful in the emulsification of fat. Pancreatic juices helps in the conversion of trypsinogen into trypsin by the help of enterokinase. Proteins and polypeptides are being converted into smaller peptides. Leftover starch is also converted into certain forms like amino acids, maltose, and then emulsified fat is being converted into fatty acids and glycerol, and the final digestion takes place in the intestinal with the help of intestinal juices in which the peptides are being converted into amino acids, maltose converted into glucose, sucrose gets converted into sucrose plus fructose, and lactose, which is a milk sugar, converts into glucose plus galactose, and emulsified fat with the help of lipase gets converted into fatty acids as well as glycerol. Next, the digested food moves on into the large intestine. The large intestine has the following parts: the cecum, colon, and rectum. Colon has three divisions: ascending part, transverse part, as well as a descending part. Then, all this final digestion, that is absorption, takes place in the large intestine. The following is a process of digestion taking place in the stomach.